Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for mid-February 2024. We're just going to jump right in here and see what is going on for you at this time. You have the Seven of Swords as your first card. The Seven of Swords can be like lying, cheating, stealing, of course, but as I always say, to me, the Seven of Swords is really a card of tactics or, being tactical, coming up with a better plan. And again, I think that every single person that's alive right now needs to make sure that they are, kind of thinking things through and being tactical and not just moving, not just, kind of like charging right at anything at this time. I think we need to just think things through. That's it. It's like not a bad thing or a good thing either. So what's pretty weird is like 3 people at least have had this card here, this spider card. The spider card can represent prosperity, and you do have the Ten of Pentacles here. So there could be some sort of prosperity, or there is more prosperity coming in for you. With the spider spirit here. It's also a card of kind of like putting something out, like, spiders put out a web and the web catches bugs. So, some of you might need to kind of reveal something to the world. It's kind of weird. I feel like there are some blessings coming in for you. You have this crow spirit, which we'll talk about in a minute. And I'm pretty sure in your last reading, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was you where I titled your reading like something about blessings, or I remember talking about blessings in your reading. I'm pretty sure. So, I don't really remember, but I kind of remember. So, and that would have been for the week, whatever this week is. I don't even know what today is, but for that, it was that weekly reading is what I'm trying to spit out here. So, there you go. But you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, again, can be lying, cheating, stealing, and you do have the Tower in the area of your closest relationship. So, some of you, maybe you've walked away from a situation. It kind of looks like to me, just based off this reading, that you already have walked away, like in the past already. And, there could be communication coming in from a person. It could be like an apology or something like that. And again, if you don't want that, then I would, if you have a past person, I would block them or, whatever the case may be. So, I'd make sure to protect yourself here. Really, I feel that this is saying, I feel like the whole entire reading is saying that there is an opportunity that is a blessing coming in with this crow spirit. That's really what I feel here. It's like some sort of new beginning because you have that Ace of Wands there. And so this could be like a new job that is a blessing, just a new opportunity to make money in your business or whatever it is that you do in your life. So I would be looking for new opportunities. You have the Empress as your crossing energy, and the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. But I kind of feel like some of you are like worried about, it's like, I feel something weird here. I'm just going to say it, Libra. Like, I feel like you're undervaluing yourself, or, you need to, and it doesn't matter what gender you are, I think that this is just the energy that you're coming in with. And I really feel that this card is kind of like saying you need to like value yourself more, or you need to, value what you bring to the table more, or something along those lines. Like, I hope that makes sense, but it's like I'm getting something here about like needing to see your value, or needing to realize that you are capable of taking on an opportunity that's coming in for you. We end with the Five of Pentacles, and we're going to clarify this whole entire reading, but the Five of Pentacles I kind of look at as reasons to not do something, but they're not good reasons, right? These are, Five of Pentacles to me is calling attention to your weaknesses, and Five of Pentacles just says, well, if you focus on your strengths, then there's nothing to worry about. You have the Ace of Wands here, and the Ace of Wands, of course, can represent a passionate new beginning. So I do feel like there is some sort of passionate new beginning coming in for you. This is showing up in the area of your thoughts. You also have this Frog card that we're going to talk about in a minute. You have the Crow. These are all cards of creativity and, having creative ideas or coming up with creative solutions. So again, if your brain is, coming up with any new ideas or any creative solutions, these solutions could help you get closer to whatever this opportunity is. Again, we're going to clarify. We'll see what comes up. But, I think that in a lot of ways, this is saying that your creativity is going to lead to rapid success. We go like this, down to the Eight of Cups to the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is rapid success. It is a quick conclusion, or quick success, or good news rushing in. It kind of represents speed and things coming in very quickly. In the area of your foundation, funny enough, you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is like the opposite of speed. Knight of Pentacles is, being too cautious. He's not making any moves. So this is showing up in your foundation. It's like you are holding on to an opportunity, or you see an opportunity. He's looking at that pentacle. He just needs to plant his seeds in this field here, and they will grow. So he just needs to get started. And, I feel this for a lot of people right now. I think that in a lot of ways we kind of have this. We all just need to get started. I think we all just need to kind of like start making moves or making bigger moves on things that we want to do, be, have, create, whatever the case may be. So I would get moving here. In the area of the past, this is the energy that you're moving past. You have the Ten of Pentacles. What's really interesting is I have, like, what's popping into my head is that something is harder than you thought. But, like, not in a bad way. It's just, like, sometimes I think we, get excited about a business idea or, a career or, a new journey that we're going on. And we think that it's going to be successful much faster than it actually was or is. And I kind of feel that's what I'm getting here. Like, I don't get anything good. I don't get anything bad off the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, it is a good card, but, it's showing up in your past position. And I kind of feel like you just felt, if you started something that would be successful much quicker. I don't know. That's really all that's popping into my head here with this card. You also have the frog here. The frog can represent kind of like cleansing, clearing out, needing to release burdens as well, which it's kind of funny that the Ten of Wands didn't show up here. But you have the Five of Pentacles, which is a certain type of burden. It is the burden of telling yourself you're not good enough, right? So I feel for a lot of you, that would be a great time to release the burden of feeling like you don't have the tools necessary or feeling like you can't do anything. It's kind of popping into my head that a frog starts as a tadpole before it turns into a frog. And I feel some of you still think you're a tadpole, but you're actually a frog. I don't know. Why is that popping into my head? It's almost like you are much more prepared for something than you realize, but it's like you still feel like you're underdeveloped or you still feel like you don't have the tools necessary, but I feel like you do. In the area of the very near future, you have the Eight of Cups, which I actually like because this says you're walking away from things that no longer serve you, you're removing yourself from limiting situations, and you're walking away from things that don't work as well. And that's probably why we see the Eight of Wands in the area of the next few months, because, again, the Eight of Wands is quick success. It is things speeding up, things moving forward very quickly. And so, it kind of says that, you could be doing things that are moving your life forward faster. You could be working on projects or, you could just be removing friction, which the Eight of Cups is kind of a card of removing friction in a lot of ways. You have the crow here. And again, this crow is on this like shiny thing. I don't know what that's supposed to be, like a colorful pearl or something. And I feel like there's an opportunity coming in for you that you are really going to want to jump on. And this could be an opportunity for whatever it is you're looking for: love, money, business, spirituality, whatever it is. And I really feel it's something that you do need to grab onto is what's popping into my head here. I feel like you're going to feel that you're underqualified or, you could feel like you're missing something. And that's perfectly okay, is what I would say. And as a matter of fact, I think that, a lot of times there opportunities come in that we're not qualified for. And those are exactly the opportunities we should take, because those are the opportunities that lead to the most growth. So, I would be open, if I were you, to any growth opportunities or any opportunities that could increase your growth. You have the Eight of Wands. Again, we've talked about this whole entire reading. It's quick success, quick conclusions, good things coming in for you. I do feel like a lot of you could be receiving news from like a past person here. Again, if you I fully support everyone not going back to the past. As a matter of fact, I'm like one of the only readers that says don't. So, there you go. But what I would say is that, that's not going to stop someone from trying to communicate with you. So, and I definitely got that feeling at the beginning of the reading. So I would, block or do whatever you got to do if you are dealing with that situation, especially if you had a tower moment with a person, like if you had a real falling out, if things really ended on a sour note or, if there were a lot of problems, then I would definitely say that. Here's the other thing as well, is that you are, I would definitely do whatever I could if I were Libra to kind of remove friction, make things smoother, and not necessarily speed things up, although I do think that doing what I'm about to say will speed things up in your life, but it's not necessarily about speed, right? I always say that the Eight of Wands is kind of about creating more slip and slides in your life. It's like most of us, we, work on things that cause a lot of friction, or we get a job where we have a bunch of problems or whatever. But really, if we focused on, creating situations where it was more smooth, where there was more momentum, then things would speed up. But it's not necessarily about speed, if that makes sense. Like, that's a side effect of removing friction from your life. But again, I want to stress that I also think that we're not in a time where we should be thinking speed necessarily or work harder. As I always say, I think that we're in a time where we should only be thinking about efficiency. Like, how can I be as efficient as possible? How can I do things in the most efficient way? If you do that, you'll be very successful. You have the Tower in the area of your closest relationships. I do feel like some of you feel like you're starting over in relationships. You feel like you're kind of like, building back up, or maybe you're discovering like a type of person that you are interested in. It is interesting. You have the King of Cups coming up in the area of your future feelings. So again, you could be discovering like a new type of person. The thing that's really interesting to me here is that the King of Cups is sitting on this very solid foundation. The Tower always gets reduced down to its foundation. So you could be attracting a person. Doesn't have to be a water sign, by the way. As a matter of fact, it could be any sign. I'm not picking up on any one thing or the other here. But what I think is important is that you're attracting a person who is on a solid foundation. It just seems to me, looking at the Tower and everything, that's what's going on here. I would also say with the Tower, by the way, in your closest relationships, I would be careful of any like arguments or any fights or, any conflicts of interest or, anything like that, with people who are important to you. It just popping into my head. It might be a good time to kind of just focus on what's important. And, if you can avoid an argument or, if you can just let someone be right this week, like it could be a family member or something I'm getting. You have the Otter spirit as well, which can represent family. I think that maybe someone's going through something, and if you could just let them be right, even if they're wrong, just let it go, right? I am getting that. You have the Five of Pentacles as your outcome. Again, I feel like you need to not call attention to your weaknesses. Again, I think there are, if you're getting this opportunity, which we're going to look at in a second, I think there are a lot of reasons why you shouldn't do it. Of course, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Maybe you're not qualified. Maybe you're not, maybe you don't have the time or whatever. But I kind of feel like the Five of Pentacles is saying, don't call attention to your weaknesses. You really need to focus on your strengths. And again, we even have the Otter here. And the Otter is about joy, happiness, and playfulness. It's like sometimes I think that if we get an opportunity and we feel like we're not qualified or, whatever, that we're taking things too seriously, And I feel like the Otter is kind of saying be more playful in the sense that, life is just an experiment, a bunch of experiences, and we just have to kind of see what happens, right? And that's kind of like what I feel here with the Five of Pentacles. But let's see what is going on here. I do feel like some of you could be moving, by the way. I mean, Ace of Wands, Eight of Cups to the Eight of Wands with that Tower. Some of you could be just moving. So, not a big deal, right? With the Seven of Swords and the Empress, do I need to say it here, Libra? Is the juice worth a squeeze, right? So always with me. Seven of Pentacles, change in direction, kind of looking at the things that you've been working on and saying, is it worth it or is it not worth it? There could be a lot of new opportunity for you, things that are much more worth it. And I really feel that's what this is. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 1,000% sure it was you that we talked about blessings with in this week, whatever this week is. I never know what date it is. I can't even see. Not only do I not know what date it is, but I need glasses. It's the 12th. So, again, watch the reading from the week of the 12th. I feel like these two readings are very connected. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords here. Remember what I was saying? It's funny that I said that. Like, don't rush into things. It's not necessarily about speed. Knight of Swords would normally be about rushing and being too hasty and moving too quickly. And so I would take your time, especially if you're getting a new opportunity. Don't rush into it necessarily, but also don't run away from it either. When we put it on the table, the Knight of Swords is rushing back this way towards the past position. So I kind of feel that it's more saying, like, don't run away from an exciting new opportunity. Ace of Wands can just be an exciting new opportunity that you desire to do. It's out with the old, in with the new, so there's clearly something new. Eight of Cups, walking away. Even the Tower. The Tower is falling because those people have been stuck in their old reality. They're being brought back down to the actual reality, and that's what's happening there, and definitely happening in your life. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups, love. And definitely, normally I had to move that down, but because I had to replace this camera as well that I'm pointing at. But going this way here to the King of Cups, definitely could be a love connection. I also feel like you need to be careful about wasting time. I have something weird popping into my head as well. I don't even know what is popping into my head at the moment, but it's almost like. It's almost like if a person really wants to be with you, you don't have to fight for it or something. Like that's what I'm getting here. And, I feel for a lot of you, that's what you're looking for. It's like you're looking for a relationship where the person like has genuine desire. You know, they really clearly want to be with you. You're not having to like negotiate, or you're not having to like beg them for time or attention or any of that stuff. I hope that makes sense. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. Some of you, I don't feel this for all of you, but some of you could have been in a round situation with a person. I think that if you really look at that situation, again, maybe you are begging to be with that person, or, maybe you were, and I'm not saying like begging, like, oh, you were always, begging to be with this person, but I'm more saying maybe it just seemed like you would always have to like negotiate for time, or maybe they just didn't seem interested, or maybe they didn't prove that they're interested, or whatever. And, I kind of feel like some of you are leaving behind a situation like that, or you already have, it's showing up in your past. But there's something here about you kind of like choosing people that already have the desire, where it's like there's nothing more that you have to do to get them to want to spend time with you and things like that. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness and being resourceful. Every single reading as well, you get the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles with me every single reading. There is no other sign that has cards that repeat this much. So that's pretty weird, but definitely increasing your resources. I feel like if you are getting this blessing that is an opportunity, clearly, I'm not sure if we figured it out last week, or this week, I should say, this weekly, even though we did the readings last week. I don't remember if we actually figured out like what the blessing was or what was coming in for you, but it could be a job. If it's not a job, it's something financial or something that you're working on, like a work opportunity. It could be a contract or a client as well. So that looks nice if you happen to like work with contracts or clients. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Hangman. Yeah, I have noticed a lot of overthinking energy this week, I would say. So it seems to be a collective energy. I would say no overthinking at this time. The Hangman is not necessarily a bad card of seeing things from a new perspective, but his head is glowing. He's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, and he's not making any moves. You have two cards that kind of represent no movement. The Knight of Pentacles, he needs to make a move. The Hangman, he has gained enlightenment, and now he needs to start moving forward. He needs to get off the pole, and he needs to start walking towards whatever it is he's learned about, or he needs to take action on whatever it is he's learned about. And I really feel that here with that Eight of Wands. I also feel if you have any ideas to remove friction or to make things smoother in your life, definitely a good idea. And with the Tower, you have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I think teamwork is much better than getting into an argument with a person, like I said. I also feel, funny enough, I feel like this might only apply to like one of you, but I feel like somebody out there, or maybe multiple, but it's like you're being brought in to fix someone's mistakes, or you're being brought in to, fix an issue or something like that, here with the Three of Pentacles. So, again, I think that you should charge accordingly. I always say this. It's like years ago, my brother, he used to work for Microsoft, and it's like he built some software for Microsoft, and then he ended up leaving Microsoft, and because they didn't make him basically a developer there. And then after he left, they were like calling him, being like, how does this software work? And he was like, I don't know, like $10,000, right? And that's what you should do here, Libra. That's why I'm telling you that right here with the three of Pentacles. It's like, if someone let you go, or, if you have a similar situation where you're fixing someone else's mistakes because, they didn't choose you, I definitely have that popping into my head, then maybe you need to charge accordingly, right? With the King of Cups, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is about going on an adventure, and so I feel for a lot of you, this could be you needing to go on some sort of adventure. There could be moving here. Even the King of Cups is a clue card for me. I have certain cards in the tarot that I call clue cards. They don't really represent anything other than the clue. And the clue for the King of Cups is home. And, to me, it is the card of the home. And so some of you could be moving. Obviously, that's not going to be true for all of you. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, there is an extremely abundant opportunity coming in for you, Libra, even if you're retired. And this could be, even if you're retired, it might not be money, right? Even if you aren't retired. This could be an abundant love opportunity. This could be an abundant, friend opportunity, or an abundant spiritual opportunity. Take it how it resonates, but, clearly this is going to be a good thing for you. Yeah, I think you've stuck with something. You haven't given up on something. You've kind of like kept moving forward. Again, the frog. It's like you've gone from the tadpole to the frog. There's something popping into my head, but you need to realize that you have legs now, is what's popping into my head. Like, I feel like you need to realize that you're not just like a little round tadpole with a tail. You have like arms and legs, and you can move around. There's something about that here. So I like it. You have this practicality card. The simple answer is the answer. I tell this to everybody right now as well. There's a million cards in this deck right here that I'm using. Oracle of the Radiant Sun, by the way. And, this deck here, a million cards. Like I said, there's a simplicity card, a practicality card. The list goes on and on. So I would keep things simple. If you're working on projects or businesses or anything, don't overcomplicate things. Let's see. You have this ostentation card. This is a card of being able to tell the difference between something that's real and fake. And, I feel like you now can tell the difference between, kind of like a good opportunity and a bad opportunity. And so I would trust your instincts here, especially with that crow spirit. I really feel here that you need to watch for an opportunity with that crow. It's like popping into my head that there's going to be an opportunity, but you need to pounce on it. You have this control card. This card reminds me of the world card. So there clearly could be some, not only an opportunity, but there could be achievements coming in for you with this control card. I also feel like you're taking control of a situation. You could be causing a tower moment for another person. Again, someone, maybe they think they can swoop into your life and scoop you back up, but you're like, no. There you go. You have this protection card. You are clearly protected. Every single person. So weird. I said this in the 2024 readings. I really did not think 2024 was going to be that great. Not horrible, just, boring and, money not being great. I still think that globally money is probably not going to be great. Every single dragon year we've had in the United States, there's been some sort of collapse, basically. And it is a dragon year, and plus everything else that's going on, Pluto and Aquarius, right? That as well. So, it surprises me. The 2024 readings surprised me because they're really good for finances. And, so pretty interesting. The other interesting thing is that these protection cards keep coming up for everyone. So I definitely wouldn't worry about anything, and maybe we're protected. Like maybe these changes that are happening, it's like, yeah, there are going to be changes and there could be some sort of financial collapse or whatever, but maybe, again, maybe there's a big benefit to it, or which I think there would be anyway. Don't get me started, but, or maybe it's not as bad as people think, or whatever the case may be. So it seems to me like we should be not worrying about things, obviously, which worrying never helps anyway. But pretty interesting reading here. I think you need to pay attention for this big opportunity. I think it'll stand out to you. When you think about it, crows love shiny things, and this is like something shiny right here. So there's going to be an opportunity that stands out to you. And, I think you need to kind of grab onto it. It's going to be an abundant opportunity. So love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.